It's the...
5 minutes remaining.
Oh, no. Read fast.
Well, it holds my fears of being fed intact. I believe that the constitutes the success very good. I'll have to perform various adjustments and measurements before we can risk teleportation to the region, but this is nevertheless a significant accomplishment.
Hey everyone, and welcome to our Clips and Highlights channel. If you want to keep up with everything Kyle and I have going on, make sure you subscribe to the main Grinding Gear YouTube channel, which is where we actually do these streams. That's right, we stream right here on YouTube. Oh, and sub to the Grinding Gear podcast. Apple, Google, Spotify, really any podcast platform. We're probably there. Thanks. All right, are we pinting?
Shall we pint?
Shall we pint?
All right, let's rip it.
There it be.
All right, you should be able to see it.
I was pint for a moment. I was much more talented with animation for a moment.
Well,
Can you get mod chat first? Why? Why?
I don't know.
I don't see. Oh.
Okay, back to this now.
Wonderful.
Final Fantasy XIV has a lot of hard content. However, there's one place in particular that is often overlooked. Featuring an island called Eureka, with 4 zones, each with their own unique threats and surprises.
Oh, I
and
didn't know there
I
was
was
4.
hungry for the challenge to see
I told
if
you
it
there
really was
You
that
don't listen to me.
bad. And so
Fair.
I entered Eureka. So I went to get my first quest from Cryle. What do you
Yeah.
Oh,
One
wow.
quest, please?
What
the
a
fuck do you want?
what a bold claim.
Best girl?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. No, fight me on this. Why is it a bold claim?
What? Best girl? Best girl.
Okay, listen, Minfilia
Best.
husbando. Listen, I know only one of us has an actual body pillow, but I think you're hiding a Minfilia one somewhere.
Best currently alive and participating girl, perhaps.
Wow. Okay, is your show a fucking joke to
still
you?
alive. Yukiri's still alive. She just doesn't do much anymore.
Also, yeah, like, could someone please let Yugiri know the slander that Kyle is throwing out there?
what? This isn't slander. I want her to come
Everyone
back.
send a letter to Yugiri that explains to her how Kyle's still hung up over his dead girlfriend.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, you
Yeah.
try to move on. She understands.
She didn't become the moon, but she, might as well have been, and that is
She
rough, buddy. But you
understands.
should be over it by now.
She understands. All right.
Okay.
I need a crystal. Okay, where is it? I don't know. What? Over there, maybe? The first ball-crushing
this is
feature
accurate.
of Eureka had appeared sooner than I expected. Cryle will give you a few quests to find items in the world. And unlike literally the rest of the entire fucking game, there are no markers on your map to guide you. Just a vague
they don't
text
have-
description
you know.
of the general
Pause.
area. And to make it worse,
Pause it.
They're not that bad. You know, it said the the river and the place and the thing.
Okay, but you're trying to explain this to someone who's never done it before.
True.
The pitch I was given on Eureka was imagine this MMO stopped making sense. That was like the original pitch I was given on Eureka, and I think it holds. I like
Okay,
Eureka.
fair.
I'm enjoying my time, but it is ass backwards late 90s, early 2000s MMO logic. Like it is.
That is fair.
It is supremely ass backwards, and
Classic.
I think this is valid because if you've been playing a game, even this was current, this is in Stormblood. This is the second goddamn expansion of the entire game. You have been trained. This game has trained you to play it a certain way, and suddenly it's like, we stopped putting markers in because there was an MMO before this, and we felt like paying homage.
Chat brings up too that people were jumping by the point there in that last one when we got a little lost.
Yeah, we
so-
did have trouble finding that
Okay.
one.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
it had
Yeah, that
been
was not
drilled
because of
into
you.
my skull and equally smooth brain that if you die in Eureka, you lose levels. But honestly, I kind of like that. It gave me a real sense
See?
of adventure and
Classic.
danger when I stepped out of those gates into the wilderness. I felt genuine fear when almost immediately I came face to face with a level 9 fucking cat thing. So I figured since Cryle was
Does
so
not look
intent
like a wolf.
on
I'm with-
really
I'm with
making me
Pint on
work
this one.
for this one, I'd at least get some levels before I go wandering aimlessly around the island. Huh? Where are those guys going? I got a bit brave and decided to follow the group. Turns out they were all gathering to kill a boss.
Oh my god, the graphic. Oh my god.
Nice harmony.
I came up with a plan, so I didn't have to do any of that disgusting work. I would sit AFK, wait for a boss to spawn, and then run to it to freeload off of the effort of others. And if you're wondering if that's morally correct, then let me put your mind at ease. I didn't feel bad about it at all. But I still had to sneak through the jungle, past a lot of high-level mobs, and the extra risk made exploring so much more rewarding. What will I see over this horizon? I hope it doesn't kill me, and after a couple weeks I was making some good progress. My strategy got me levels fast, which made Kryle's quest a lot easier. And thanks to my immense effort, I had enough crystals to instantly upgrade the sword to max level.
Oh,
Geralt animation's fantastic.
Now look,
Oh,
I was enjoying Eureka.
that's a handsome, what, it's red mage? That's a handsome sword.
Can we back it up to that tongue animation? Can you alligator me back to that tongue animation?
Yeah,
I just want to appreciate that for a moment. Right here.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Right, alligator,
okay.
alligator this. And effort went. Look at that. Look at the effort. Look at the effort on that.
Is that from the old Pikachu comic?
Fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic.
You remember that comic? You probably don't.
Pikachu comic?
You didn't internet that hard.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I did have a 4chan roommate in college, so I interneted hard, but in weird directions, and I was a spectator.
Okay.
Look, I was enjoying Eureka so far, but I didn't really have a reason to keep going. What's that? I had a flashback. My friend was convincing me to quit WoW and start 14. He showed me zones. Cringe. He showed me jobs.
Kyle's getting hat envy.
Ozma. I know you won't all agree with this, but to me, it's the coolest mount in the fucking game. While everyone else is riding around on a horse or a cat, I'm pulling up to the roleplay club in my mathematical concept. So how would a weary soul get Ozma?
I think
First,
Pint
you
has a
must
point here.
complete-
I think it is
How
maybe the coolest mount in the game.
freaking deep is that?
It is maybe the coolest mount. It might actually be the coolest fucking mount in the game.
all 4 zones of Eureka. Then you must complete the Baldessian Arsenal. A challenging raid where if you die, you're kicked from the instance. So if I wanted
Jesse
Ozma,
told us about this.
it
Yeah.
was time to enter
This sounds
Zone
so
2.
cool to me.
You're gonna love Zone 2. Oh yeah? What's it like?
Oh, it's pretty much just like Zone 1, but harder and less fun, and there's less people there, and it sucks, and I fucking hate you, Pint. Fuck you, Pint. I fucking hate you. Hey, have you recently experienced blunt force?
Kryle would never. Kryle would never. Pint, when we finally are done with Walker and you come on the show because that's what you said you would do, I'm coming for you for this. Kryle would never. Kryle would never.
I think she would. After what you did to Alphina, she would.
Trauma to the head?
Yes.
Sounds like you could use some protection. Hi, I'm your sleep paralysis demon, and this stream is sponsored by NordVPN. NordVPN is sure
Oh my
to keep
God.
your internet safe from all
You watch
kinds of
this ad,
threats.
and
Yeah,
you
no,
out there, if you need an
respect it.
VPN, you use
Yeah.
Pint's code because we are bottom feeding off of Pint's hard work right now.
Using NordVPN's state-of-the-art technology, you can change the location of your
Pint
IP
has the
address.
best
Yeah.
ads.
Not only does this
Just
give
the
you privacy
friggin' best.
from prying eyes, it also allows you to digitally hop from country to country, giving you access to exclusive shows from other regions. Not even the government's gonna stop me watching my animes. So give it a try.
Wow.
If you're not
All right,
satisfied,
Pint and
Nord
I
has
are
a
gonna have to
30-day
have a New York
money-back
accent
guarantee.
face-off.
It's 100% risk-free. So if that sounds good to
That
you,
green
head
screen.
over to nordvpn.com/pint for 4 months extra on a 2-year plan. Sign up now or break your
You
fucking
should go do it.
kneecaps. Now if you'll excuse me.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. This
Yeah, we're gonna go Pagos.
Ooh.
sucks.
Ooh.
It's
Oh.
known to be the great filter
Oh
where
my God.
everybody quits.
Oh, it looks so
Which
cool.
meant there was fewer bosses to leech off of. And worse, there's less people to help you if you die. But don't worry, we'll talk about dying very soon. The layout is fucked. We got tight corridors, cliffs which make the map confusing, and worst of all, sleeping dragons. While most mobs detect you based on sight, these fuckers got ears. So you have to slow walk past them.
What?
I didn't know this. So when my dumbass was trying to Metal Gear around it,
My strength fades.
Pause for just a moment. I'm going to remember this, which makes this a guide.
It is a guide.
This is a guide.
Yeah. We learned
is a
something
guide.
right now.
I learned something. I'm going to remember this because of the humor. All right, back to it.
Ready to lose my levels, I close my eyes and drift into dreamless slumber.
You saved me. It turns out if somebody reses you before your death timer expires, you don't lose anything. But it was becoming clear my freeloading tactic wasn't going to be enough this time. If I really wanted that delicious reflective ball, I would have
The
to
Grinch?
grind mobs myself. But killing mobs one at a time wasn't going to be enough for me.
As much as I like being the little wizard guy who casts the spells.
I was hearing the calls of my inner beast.
Are you tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go ape shit?
God, Pint has a real
Warrior
command
level.
of
Yeah.
Don't.
the style.
buy it in a video, it should be like a tax write-off.
I deal so much damage. I have so many defensives. They can barely touch me. But even if they become a
Hear the
threat,
music.
and I'm on
This is a really good voice, actually. Like, that's a legit good.
Pint should maybe look into getting some voice acting gigs.
Seriously, like
Legit.
that destroys all 4 kids I ever watched.
brink of death.
Raw intuition. When you deal damage, recover health. As warrior, Eureka was
need
a
a level
breeze,
of warrior.
cleaving down groups
why I
of
want
mobs, fearing nothing. Okay, maybe one thing. Trials quest sent me to some scary places, but I'm a warrior, remember? I could even
Rockabye Baby
1v1 the
music
bosses
is
now.
great.
Now, most people find this place easier because it introduces a new system called logograms. And what do they do? I don't know, it looks confusing, so I'd never ever use them ever. Now, I know all the Eureka commenters are going to be really mad about me not using them, but Warrior just worked. I decided to try and thug it out and beat Pyros as fast as possible. And in but a brief 2 days of gaming, I was done with the zone. And I didn't even die once. I died twice. The first one was to these brigands. But my second death happened all the way up north while I wasn't recording. I was genociding random creatures as usual when I screamed for help, but no one came. For minutes I waited until this woman showed up. She rezzed me and I teleported away, only for her to be swarmed by the same mobs and subsequently die in my place. But worry not. I definitely ran back to her mangled corpse, raised her off the ground, kissed her on the forehead, and everyone
Oh
in the
my
zone
God.
clapped. And as stressful as it was, it made me realize that's what makes your
The music cues are intense. The
Pint
reference
really-
assault is amazing.
I use the word command because it's perfect. Like, it's commanding. Pint like just has a command of what they're aiming for. It's just so good.
Chaotic.
Well, yes. And someone used Lala Gremlin, said that Pint and Cider Spider are their favorite Lala Gremlins. And yeah, I never really thought about Lala Gremlin as a term, but I'm going to steal it now that you mentioned it and make it my own thing. And it's perfect. I know how, I don't exactly because I'm shit with After Effects, but I have a vague idea of how much time this takes.
A lot.
Deserves all the views. All the views.
I'm gonna thumbs up.
Are you trying to whisper erotically to me? What are you doing?
No, I'm just thumbs upping and subscribing before we go any further.
Eureka.
Okay, I couldn't really
The
make out
danger
what you
of
were
the
saying.
world offers a wholesome push towards cooperation. It kind of reminds me of the design philosophy of some other old MMOs. And although my time in Pyros was quite brief, it was probably my favorite zone in Eureka. Surely nothing wildly different will happen in the last zone. This place seemed different. There was a lot of people here, an unusual amount. However, due to my social anxiety and crippling fear of other human beings, I decided to shirk my character growth of last chapter and retreat into my Sigma Ryan Gosling playstyle once more. But shortly after I had started the usual grind, I was approached by a mysterious fellow. A fellow on the Ozma Mount.
Hey, buddy. Need some help leveling up?
Oh, no. I appreciate the offer, but I don't want to be carried just because I'm famous, you know?
Yeah, no, I've got no idea who you are.
And lucky for me, today they were doing a very special event. 24 hours where they were helping as many people as possible get through the raid. Yippee! So like...
Be honest, Kyle. Has that ever happened to you?
No.
Has anyone been nice to you in this game? And you've said something along the lines of, no, I don't want your aid, or I don't want a handout because you like my channel, or you're a fan of the stream, and then they've informed you they had no absolute idea. You make things.
No, hasn't never happened. Have you done this? Have you?
No, but it did kind of happen at FanFest. And then it did happen. Yeah. Anyway, I think I told the story. Like, someone came up to give buttons, and I assumed they knew who they were, and then I realized they were just giving buttons. And I was like, oh, okay, you're not here for me. But then as we were talking, they realized they were like, oh, you're Garrett from Grinding Gear. So it was like a double fake out. It's not why they approached, but they were at least aware of the channel, and it was a very sweet interaction.
Chad does point out that time we were inviting people around us, and that one motherfucker got really mad about it.
Wait, what?
We were inviting people. I don't remember. We're going to do a dungeon or something. So we clicked someone nearby and inviting them. And they were like, inviting without a whisper, real nice, and got super pissed.
Oh, yeah, never mind. So it has happened.
It has happened to us.
Yeah. No.
Outside a dungeon. So I guess it has
Fair,
happened. Yeah.
But I'm moving at the speed of stream. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I meant nothing
The
by
pillow
it.
princess I am, I went AFK while they leveled me up. And while the other zones took me a number of weeks to get through, I reached max level in Hydratos in 230 minutes. I'm lying. I don't know how long it took. And so much faster than I expected, I was ready to enter the Baldessian Arsenal.
Damn, that looks
by the
good.
way,
Yeah.
The game actually makes you sign a fucking waiver to get into the instance. Warning. The Baldessian Arsenal is an unimaginably punishing... Yeah. Tons of service I accept.
Is this legit? Is that actually the warning?
It looked real. It looked legit.
And honestly, I was pretty nervous.
That's actually the EULA. Holy shit.
A challenging raid where if you die, you're kicked from the instance.
Alright, head on down.
Who was that? That, my friend, is none other than
Jeez.
Big Motherfucking Green. The biggest fucking Chad in Eureka. He's the raid leader, and he's done this hundreds of times. And his help was going to be monumental. Getting into the raid is usually somewhat complicated. The raid group waits for a boss to spawn at a specific time of day, and then you kill the boss, which gives each player a buff, allowing them to click on a portal, and then 48 portals spawn all around the zone, and then you enter the raid. So,
Kyle, I cannot wait to do this bullshit.
Time to begin.
This looks like bullshit.
It looks like amazing key memory forming bullshit.
Were manageable, but
Oh, did you see it also there had the two nodes for the logs thing and the orbs thing?
Yeah.
would one-shot you if you got hit by anything. The raid splits into two groups and begins to kill the first bosses. And as simple as the mechanics were, I was quaking in my little boots. I was pissing and shitting myself. I did not want to die to the first boss. Then you make your way down this hallway, but wait! There's fucking landmines. So Big Green goes on ahead to, disarm them. And then it was time for the first real boss. Raiden has a few mechanics that, if it weren't for Big Green, would certainly result in some deaths. After a bit of horsing around...
Damn, that bottle looks great.
Suddenly, a mechanic where you have to pay attention. Very sad. Oh. Then he starts casting a raid ride, and it's a rush to kill him before he kills you. It actually wasn't even close, and I was trying to hype it up for dramatic effect. More hallways, more trash, and of course,
Pretty hallways.
more landmines. And then
This
we
looks
arrive
great.
at the next boss. This is the boss that in Final Fantasy XI took players 18 hours to beat. If you try to pull him
What?
normally, he is unkillable, repeatedly healing to full before wiping the raid.
Holy shit. Holy
But
shit.
Big Green, love him to death, had his special little ops outside the raid, where yet another boss spawns. When Big Green's little boys have killed the boss, absolute virtue is weakened. This
What?
was a step up in difficulty. With almost every mechanic, you had to pay close attention to the boss to determine which color was
Ew,
safe.
I hate that mechanic.
And getting it wrong even once would
Same.
be lethal. It made me very worried how hard the last boss would be. But in spite of all odds, we survived. Well, most of us. But there was still one fight left. The boss that would give me what I came for. Ozma itself. While Big Green was
You had to fight
explaining the
Ozma
mechanics,
again?
I was kind of zoning out. But one thing did stand out to me. Ozma has a mechanic called Black Hole. And if you mess it up, Ozma will instantly suck you out of the raid. And even if the party clears the fight,
Frick, no.
you would
Doesn't
get
this
nothing.
seem cool as shit?
It is very cool. With the hardcore classic
so
and all
the
that.
fight
Yeah,
began.
I like it.
The first mechanics were pretty simple. And with Big Green's help, everyone made it
Oh,
through
yeah, it's just
in
Ozma
one
again.
piece. But then I noticed a little debuff, and silly me had no fucking clue what it meant. In my confusion, I ran to the wrong spot, endangering the life of my dear friend, Jub the cat girl. But I lived, because I'm a warrior, remember?
Stay grouped up for 3 more attacks, and then we'll see our first black hole.
This was it. If I fucked this up, it would be game over.
I thought of my long, arduous journey, the supple hills and valleys of Eureka, and my fellow soldiers.
A simple adventurer's quest for one shiny ball.
And now all I had to do was complete this one mechanic.
Move the buttons right now.
Damn.
It's safe to make your way back.
Oh, okay. That was pretty easy, actually. Wait, this is it. Big Green just died, but the boss is so low. Finally, it's mine. And
Don't-
now I can do the thing. Please subscribe. Next video is going to be pretty big. See you in 2025.
With how properly 13 years old we've been tonight,
Yep.
that couldn't have been a more perfect
What
ending.
a wonderful ending.
It could not have been a more perfect.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
Dude, don't you just dream of Pint animating Valid Tuna? Like, don't you just fucking dream?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You don't want to know how cool you could look?
You think Pint would
the
tear you
end there,
down?
when all
Pint
black
would
and white?
tear you down.
I will bring it. I want it.
You automatically think they're gonna make you look cool. They're gonna make themselves look cool. We'd be dead.
You know that one guy on Twitter where people send photos and are like, "Could you Photoshop out? Could you make my boyfriend not be blinking?" And,
Yep,
they take it a horrible direct.
There's no
Yes, 100%, 100%, 100%. Yeah, no, Pint's video. Like no one does it like Pint. Like absolutely no one does it like Pint. Did you fucking comment?
way. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so links to this. If you haven't seen this before, please go give it a
That was
natural
awesome.
view in
Yeah.
its own habitat. Please help us be
Ethical consumers.
ethical reacts streamers. Yeah, like, and if somehow this is the first time you're seeing Pint, Jesus, go subscribe. Pint is truly amazing content. That did not disappoint. That did not freaking disappoint.